Dr. Nisa Omar from International University of Malaya Wales and Dato Beatrice Nirmala from the IBR Asia Group explore the impact of marketing tech on branding and marketing and whether or not the rules for storytelling have changed.
Hello everyone. So welcome to Supercharge Lab Turbocharge Live 2022. My name is Dr. Nisa Omar, and together with me I have a very special guest, the one and only Dato Beatrice Nirmala, the Chief Executive Officer of IBR Asia Group and Voice of ASEAN. How are you doing, Dato?
Oh, I'm doing good, Nisa. How are you?
I'm doing good. Okay, so let's get to it. So obviously we are here to discuss the importance of storytelling and also the new technology. So I would like to just know from your end of view, of course, how important is storytelling to the success of a business and the integrity of a brand?
Thanks, Nisa. So, of course, I would say storytelling is everything. Storytelling is the crux of the whole growth of a business. You know, without storytelling, you have no way to talk about your products or your services to the market that you want to sell your products or your services to.
Yeah.
So imagine if you are a factory and you're producing a particular product, yeah? And you can have the logistics that will take the product from one place to another place, and you can put it on the shelves of a supermarket or maybe 20,000 supermarkets. But the thing is, why would someone want to pick that product of yours as opposed to other products of yours? As opposed to other products, why would they pick that product of yours?
Yeah.
They wouldn't, because they don't know anything about it.
Right.
They don't have that familiarity. They don't have a relationship with that brand. So storytelling is how you actually create a relationship and a rapport between the person who produces the products and the services and the people who are going to buy that product and the service.
Right. So interesting that you said storytelling actually helped to build relationship.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
You see, if you don't know someone, you're not going to approach them, right? But if you know who they are, you know who they represent, and you know that they are something similar, a particular trait of a person, you know they're approachable, you know that they are good for you in some way or other, and then you're going to approach them. But if you don't know, then you're always going to be two polar opposites. So it's the same thing as in a relationship like that, but through people, it's the same with a product or a service. How will someone know that brand X is what I really need? And that's where, when I say storytelling encompasses everything that a public relations is everything. Any form of communication that we do, any form of needing to reach out to someone and change their mind or change their perception falls under the purview of public relations. And you do not have public relations if you do not have storytelling. Storytelling is everything.
Right. So
that's how you present yourself, how you look, how you create a situation, how you write, how you everything, every single thing is storytelling.
Yeah. So even us ourselves as personal brand is storytelling, right? So, but how different actually is storytelling now with the rise of technology in comparison to many years before?
Okay, storytelling a long time ago started with smoke signals, right? You know, people will put smoke signals and say, hey, something's happening here, someone died, or we're going to invade you, you know, you watch out. So it started with that. Then it started with pigeon carriers, right? Pigeons will take messages. So that's also storytelling. Look, we're going to invade, you know, be prepared. Then from there, it went on to books. From the invention of language, after the invention of language, people could start creating stories, whether they're true or not. And that's also the problem with storytelling, whether it's true, whether it's accurate or it's inaccurate, or whether it's absolutely true. Storytelling became a form of communication after language was invented. And then with the advent of publishing, with King Johannes Gutenberg, we had books that were printed, and the stories could then be decoded and encoded, and many people could then read anything that someone from one part of the world has put together. So thoughts became more open. And then storytelling became like maybe 10 years ago. Storytelling is different than storytelling now.
Completely.
No, I'll take that back. Storytelling is always the same. The platforms have changed. Like 10 years ago, we didn't have social media platforms.
Yeah, I know.
We did not have, I mean, we had Google, but Google was just,
It's
a
an
small part.
information search, right?
Yeah, it wasn't like owning the whole world as it does right now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so storytelling then, how has it changed? It hasn't changed. The platforms have changed. The style at which the storytelling goes out to people has changed. But storytelling, essentially creating that great connect with people, has never changed. What has changed is the ease of accessibility. That means you can now, with social media, I can blast a story out across the world within seconds, and
Yeah.
everyone can read. And another way where storytelling has changed is everyone has become a storyteller. If you
Yes.
look at how social media is run, everybody is basically
Everybody is a
storyteller.
content creator right now.
Everybody's a content creator.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. Storytelling as how the basic components of storytelling is, which is you got to have the right feel, you got to be warm, you got to reach people, you got to get people to be engaged with you. You got to get people to want to continue to be engaged with you because you're always evolving in whatever content you're creating. That hasn't changed. Just the platforms have changed.
Right. Okay, that's very interesting. Especially you mentioned the platform change, because right now, even the kids communicating with the parents through TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
I never got and
It's
will never
ridiculous.
understand. Yeah. Yeah, but somehow.
And that's why
yeah.
I feel at some point we have to take a step back and be able to manage the technology with the humanity that is so
Yes.
important with it.
Exactly.
If we
True.
don't do that, we're going to get lost.
Yeah, but on that note, right? So actually, to what extent does technology assist a PR firm that owns media like yours when it comes to creating a story?
Okay, how technology helps us is, so now the IBR Asia Group, we started off as a media house. Okay, so let me tell you my story, and I'll show you by telling my story.
So this is your storytelling.
Yeah, no. This is about us. A story about the company.
Yeah.
I'll show you how we have actually weaved technology in every step of the way and how it has really helped us. So when we started off as International Business Review. So it's very traditional. It's an offline, what we call is offline. So that's the only technology involved there was the technology of the printing process. The rest of it was curating ideas from the mind. I mean, and the other element of technology was the computers we use, the Photoshop, Illustrator, the softwares that we use to design it. That was the extent of technology then. Then we produce a publication. Then we distribute it to all the top corporate, government, diplomatic decision makers. So it was good. But it was media as in a traditional format, because at that time we didn't have the kind of technology we have right now. So when we evolved it, we realized that when the technology, I would say the technology invasion came in, things changed. You have to be very relevant. So content was still always relevant. Storytelling was relevant, but we had to be able to adapt to the technological invasion where things change very fast.
Yeah.
Within 5 years, everyone's like, what is digitalization? Huh?
Yes,
I was there when people were like, what exactly does digitalization mean?
Yeah.
And to a certain extent, a lot of people still don't understand it.
Yeah.
They think digitalization is basically just turning like a magazine like ours into an electronic format for a book.
Yeah.
But digitalization is basically the Internet of Things, where everything is connected.
Right.
And if you're looking at Industrial Revolution 4.0, and the crux of it is your Internet of Things, then any company should be able to follow suit and be able to connect the dots, which means we were traditionally publishers, but we remain like that, then we are falling short of the technology that's available. When everybody else is jumping on the bandwagon and we don't, you become obsolete.
Yeah.
So we have to evolve with the technology. So what we did was we had the media, but now we have to offer more to the clients. So we had an evolving multimedia newsletter, an evolving storyline where we create newsletters with short videos. So our team had to change, We still are content creators, but now we have to be content creators in multiple platforms.
Yeah.
Able to offer a 360 degrees way of appeasing the client and being able to reach every level of your target audience, from the masses to the top echelon of corporate and government decision makers. And you can't do that with just offline publication. Okay. So we had to do that with digitalization. So from a multimedia newsletter where we started learning how to use video editing, there's a new technology that comes in.
Yeah.
And then be able to create short little videos, put it into a multimedia newsletter, use the systems that are available, technological systems that are available to be able to send it to a database that you already have. And that was the next step in the evolution. And the third step in the evolution was what we did with Voice of ASEAN, creating a business networking site that brings 10 countries in Southeast Asia together in one platform. Now, I would never have been able to do that 5 years ago, or maybe 8 years ago. This is what I wanted, to be able to reach all of Southeast Asia, we being the one-stop center where people want to come and look at what are the business opportunities, what are the government policies, who are the shakers and movers across all industries. But we could not do that in a physical offline way, which we tried. It was too expensive because you had to physically send it to 10 countries. But with the advent of technology, with the ability that my guys now
it's possible now.
Anything is possible. To every code that's ever been it's already been invented. So technology becomes a great enabler. Technology becomes an enabler that helps you. But if you just have technology and you don't have vision, then you are working in silos. The technology is there. Any element of technology can be created, curated, and be adapted to be able to fit what any business wants. But you need to have a vision that connects all the dots. To answer your question, a PR firm, we became a PR firm from being a media house, because now we elevated ourselves into being able to give a huge suite of services to our clients, where media becomes just one part of it. So your offline print media is one part of it. Your digital platform that is media plus a business networking site is one part of it. Your evolving storyline every month, 3-4 news goes out to a huge database all across Southeast Asia using videos. That becomes another part of it. So we became a public relations house that offers a 360-degree suite of services because of the technology that was available and being able to adapt to it and evolve it according to the way we wanted to move forward.
That's really impressive. I mean, me hearing it is like, wow, it's like really impressive, because I remembered back then we were just subscribing magazines.
Yes.
Right? So now it's like much bigger than that.
Yeah, and just about 7 years ago, Nisa, Dr. Nisa, just about 7 years ago.
Yeah,
and look at how fast things, and
it's
if
so
you're not fast enough to keep up with technology, you're going to get so left behind. I know this is like a cliche thing you hear, but I'm living proof of it.
No, but it's real, cliche or not. I mean, things are cliche for a reason.
But,
So how IBR is working together with SCL actually?
Well, SCL is the perfect partner for us because we are content creators. We have connections with the government agencies, ministries, corporate clients, and we've been giving a suite of services that span all the way from offline, online, to on the ground, which is events that we do. And in the online part, we have Voice of ASEAN, which is really a great platform. We have our TV shows in that, we have our podcasts in that. So we thought, we have everything, we've got everything: TV shows, multimedia newsletters, podcasts. But what we did not have was the data analytics, the highest level data analytics that could actually do sentiment monitoring, social media listening, to be able to quickly go through an entire huge database and come up with what should be done. That's your artificial intelligence, that's your machine learning, and that's what SCL has. And we felt that would be, with SCL it totally completes the suite of services that we offer. There is absolutely no other public relations company in Malaysia that will have this entire range of suite of services. So that's why I'm very happy that we're working with Anne, and Anne is so talented. And I feel that with this partnership, it's just going to not just fly, but like zoom.
All the way, rocket science. Yeah, so there's a great synergy.
Yes, it is. We have great synergy, and I'm very pleased about that.
But what is the future though? And how do you see the future is going to be?
The future is something I think we got to be very careful about. So we got all very caught up with technology. Oh, everyone's technology, everyone's going to go digital. If you're not digital, you're not. That's where the fallacy is. The fallacy is you cannot go all the way into one extreme and forget the others. Then you lose your roots and you forget what you're actually there to do. Now, I don't forget. I mean our organization. We are storytellers. So to be a storyteller, you also need to create a good relationship with people. There's nothing that's going to take away face-to-face. Because
Yeah.
when you do business, when you do a sale, you got to go and talk to people. You got to create a
The
relationship.
emotional connection.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
emotional connection, the ability to make them trust you,
Mhm.
because that's what your technology is not going to be able to do. Technology is a great enabler,
Yeah.
but we should never lose the humanity that comes along, that the humanity that should sit on top of that technology, not the technology sitting on top of humanity. Because once we do that, we lose ourselves and we lose the plot. So we have to be able to always have a hybridization of both the humanity and the technology. When I say humanity, there's many things I mean. Our ability to still speak to one another, to be able to write beautifully, because a lot of people in my industry, the young generation, they can't write anymore. They have lost the ability to write well. You find very rarely one person who can, because they've stopped reading. When
That's
you stop
true.
reading, you
That's
can't write very well. When you stop reading and writing, you
Everything's
are,
in short form.
yeah. And then you're waiting for the technology to assist you in spell checks,
Yeah.
in typos. You don't know anymore. You
Yeah.
can't. I can do mental maths because I'm of the older generation.
Yeah,
But
no, we
young
use
generation can't do. They can't do
calculator.
56 plus 24. They need a calculator for it. And this is a prime example of how technology it sits on top of us, and we are lost without it. And I think that's a dangerous trend. So
Okay.
I think we should harness technology. The future, not what I think, the future should be us harnessing technology, but not technology harnessing us.
Harnessing us.
Because then we become just nothing more than robots. And we
Yeah.
don't want to be that, do we?
Right, yeah. So thank you so much. But all in all, I can see that how you manage your firm, not just to adapt to the technology advancement and not just to be able to know all the technical jargons with it, but not to lose the vision. That's the most important. And all in all, it's the wonderful emotional connection of storytelling in building relationships. So
Yes.
I would like to say thank you so much for spending your time with us, Dato'. And for the rest of you, thank you for tuning in. I hope you have learned a lot from this session. I definitely have, and we will see you next year. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Nisa.
Thank you.
A revolution in digital marketing is happening. Get ready to disrupt the way you work, all in one click. With the click of a button, Sigmund helps brands and agencies understand the shortest path to success for your media, creative, SEO, and digital strategy. By understanding millions and millions of data points, Sigmund psychologically profiles your customers, benchmarks your position against the competition, and autonomously executes your strategy through agile experimentation. Forget spending hours doing research or looking for inspiration. Get blown away by Sigmund. Disruption in a click, powered by AI.